Minnesota State University Moorhead, the Dragons Digital Network, Dragon Athletics, and Go Team Productions presents Minnesota State University Moorhead Dragons basketball. Today it is doubleheader Saturday once again. We'll finish up this weekend as St. Cloud State pays a visit here to Western Minnesota. And good Saturday afternoon to you, and welcome inside Alex Nemza Call in Moorhead. My name's Steve DeStacio. It's my privilege to be with you alongside Jared Bledsoe, my guy, sporting a shirt that exemplifies the 50th year anniversary of Title IX. So we are recognizing that here at MSU Moorhead, in which we should.
Absolutely.
Here we go. St. Cloud State, Dragons did not have it last night. They had a bad night at the office. How do they rebound today?
Obviously, you got to forget about last night and then focus on the opponent tonight. The Huskies obviously had a tough opponent as well, so it'll be interesting to see this matchup and how the Dragons can come out. We know they can score points, play defense. We've seen it. We like to see it tonight.
Huskies don't want to hear about any problems the Dragons had with their loss last night. Dragons come in 18-5. Huskies have lost 6 straight, so they've got to play freely with a little chip on their shoulder.
Absolutely. When you talk about the long, grinding road of the NSIC play, this will be a tough matchup for both teams. I'm excited to see who comes out and performs. Matchups.
I want to see a matchup.
Let's talk about matchups. These two young men, last time they battled, both players had a performance of the evening. You look at Dane Zimmer, 14 points, 11 boards for a double-double, 6 of 8. Would love to see him going. Ryan Bagley, player that put up 11 points, 9 boards, didn't shoot it great from the three-point line. But again, we definitely want to keep our eye on these two players, Steve.
Players to watch, presented by Matt Buss. We have 2 young and up-and-coming head coaches. That is Quincy Henderson. This guy, we'll talk about him later. This guy was on those national championship teams at Winona State, and now he's turned into a terrific coach in his first year. Tim Bergstrasser also in his first year, so a little rookie v. rookie here. Our coaches presented by BSN. Bledsoe Bullets are presented by Sodexo.
Yes, if you're St. Cloud State, you definitely want to create turnovers, hit the long ball, hit from deep, and obviously help out Willard. If you're MSUM, back to defense, back up the D. Shake off last night. We talked about that. Definitely want to get off to a good start and ready for the tip. The Dragons had a solid second half. Definitely want to see them come out with energy, effort, and toughness right from the tip.
I think the last word you said could sum up the Dragon Bullets, because that's what Tim Bergstrasser emphasized in his not-so-happy interview with us, classy with us, but also emphasizing the Dragons need to be tough.
Absolutely. That's what he talked about at half, and that's one of the reasons I emphasized that right away. The Dragons have to definitely come out with muscle and toughness. They want to continue to play well this season.
Chris Koopman, Keswick Joyner, and Jake Studer are our 3 officials. This is role reversal from what we've seen in the past. The Dragons are sporting the blacks with red and white trim. St. Cloud State is in their whites.
Dragons come out matched up man-to-man, extending that pressure. Again, we want to see where the toughness comes from. It looks like Stanley Williams may have got called for that early foul.
You saw the St. Cloud State starters presented by Brandfolk. When the Dragons have the ball, you will see the Dragon starters, and they will also be presented by Brandfolk. See how that works? Luke Taylor on the free throw line as Jaden Stanley Williams did get whacked for the foul. 1-0 St. Cloud State. St. Cloud State comes in with a record of 7-15, just 4-13 in the league, and as I mentioned a couple of moments ago, they've lost 6 straight. They got beat at Northern last night, 79-61. Dane Zimmer up top, and now Jacob Benninga.
Huskies matched up man-to-man. Dragons go right inside.
Lorenzo McGee with a little stutter. And here's the aforementioned Keswick Joyner whistling Andre Rentis. So both number 0s have been whistled for fouls. And now Lorenzo McGee will head to the free throw line to shoot 2. Does it start with Lorenzo? He's the engineer of this offense. Start with him. Do you lean on a Gavin Baumgartner? Where are you going if you're the Dragons?
You got so much firepower. We'd love to see McGee get going early He knocks down that first free throw.
Not so much firepower. Let me rephrase. Just leadership.
Leadership, firepower. These guys have been here before. You know, preparing and just starting. Obviously, want to take this game serious. But we're in February.
I was just talking to Tim Bergstrasser in the hallway before tip-off, right?
Yeah.
20 minutes ago. And he said, if you're not jacked, ready to go,
right?
I mean, we're talking, you have a shot, they still have a shot to win the North, to win the league.
Yes.
NCAAs, you don't want to flush that away after a great start to the season. Here goes Matthew Willard all the way in to score.
Job there by Willard into the basket. And this is something that the Dragons had trouble with, containing penetration and allowing players to get to the basket and finish with ease. So the Dragons can put that to a kibosh. It's fortunate there to save that ball.
Great job by Benninga and Lorenzo McGee to keep this possession. Here is Stanley Williams backing in up top. Benninga. This is for the lead. No good. You know, I looked this up just because Nick Corner does such an amazing job helping us media folks out with preparation. I mean, the moment after every game was done last night, email flies out. Benninga gets whistled for a foul. I had to do some work, but the losers, the 8 losers in the NSIC last night, shot around 26% from three-point range. Let's not get, that's, the Dragons were 7 of 28. So, you know, they were right on par with everybody else. I don't know if it matters what they shot last night. They were going to lose to the Luth. That's Luke Taylor on the baseline, one of your players to watch. He has 4.
Nice looking baseline jumper there for Taylor.
Benninga. Here's Jaden Stanley Williams working on Matthew Willard. Underneath, Baumgartner.
Nice find. Excellent flash there by Baumgartner, finishing inside.
6'4". Ryan Bagley. Oh, Bagley was our player to watch. Either way, Taylor can bring it as well. This is Bagley. He's out of Pocatello, Idaho. Another baseline jumper for Luke Taylor, and he is an early 6. Last night, it was Charlie Katona. Luke Taylor, 22 points last night, as Benninga is now 0 for 2.
Nice job there by McGee, crashing the offensive glass.
This is another Andre Renta foul. He has both Husky fouls. And Lorenzo McGee, who was 5 for 5 from the free throw line last night, is going to head back to the line. Fergus Falls, Minnesota native Dominic Aguilar is in. Their parents, hopefully here, Jessica and Fidel. Oh, that foul was on the floor. I'm sorry. And they said it. Chris Koopman made the call. So it's Dragon possession. 8-4. Huskies up. Benninga, a 3rd try.
Second offensive rebound here for the Dragons. Another opportunity. Nice job there. Jacob Benninga knocking down his first 3 of the afternoon.
I have to think that helps mentally. I know you talked about watching the ball, but hey, I made a shot. Right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. As St. Cloud State gets an easy bucket inside.
And you know what? That's what happened to the Dragons last night. Tim Bergstrasser doesn't want it to happen again. His team trails by 3.
Heading to Fargo Moorhead to get away and have a little fun? Book your room at the highly rated Microtel Inn & Suites. It's conveniently located just off 8th Street and I-94. Clean rooms and all the amenities you need to relax and recharge after a fun day out. Plus, when you wake up, you can enjoy a free hot breakfast. What are you waiting for? Book your room today at the Microtel Inn & Suites in Moorhead. Call 218-284-4022 or visit microtelmoorhead.com.
Once again, these games are sponsored by the Microtel Inn & Suites. Upgrade to one of their suites and enjoy plenty of extra space, including a pull-out couch, additional workspace, and a kitchenette that provides the conveniences of home. Sign up today for a better stay with Microtel. Ray Kavalog, proprietor, here again. He stopped up last night. Good to see him. Proud supporter of this institution. Baumgartner, that's a tough 3. Falls in and out. Look at the offensive rebounding. And they're going to say it's Dragon basketball, as Quincy Henderson's going to talk to veteran Northern Sun official, Keswick Joyner, who's going to give him an explanation. Either way, the Dragons are crashing early.
Yeah, I was just going to mention that. The Dragons definitely more active on the offensive glass. 2 early offensive rebounds. Last one leading to Jacob Benninga knocking down his first 3.
Stanley Williams open from 15, short. Off the noodle of Tony Dahl, and he recovers. Here comes Jalen Griffin. He's out of Grand Prairie, Texas. Quincy Henderson, last coach at West Texas A&M University. How about this record in 8 years as an assistant? 210 and 50.
Wow.
Woo! That's what we call getting it done.
Yeah, that's an impressive record.
Hey, you know what was impressive last night that was just foreshadowed or in the background because of what Charlie Katona did? Logan Kinsey had 10 points and 10 rebounds last night for the Dragons. Kinsey's in, the 6'6" freshman out of Blaine, Minnesota.
It was very impressive. Has been impressive this entire season for me as a freshman.
You know what I like? What I would like to think Dragon fans like is he's getting better every game.
Yes.
He's getting better and better.
Confidence.
Well, you can see it too.
Yeah, the confidence, the timing of the game, the speed of the game, he's definitely adjusted. Was that his first double-double this season?
Yes.
Okay.
St. Cloud State comes up with the ball after Lorenzo McGee and Tim Bergstrasser were looking for a foul. Ryan Bagley on the far side. Here goes Joe Mutimer. He's from down under. He didn't go down under. He went around and up. Mutimer from Melbourne, Australia. He had 14 points a year to go tomorrow against the Dragons. We got to wait till tomorrow to celebrate. 12-7, St. Cloud State. Here goes Dane Zimmer. Into the lane.
Love to see Dane get his balance and go up strong. One of our players to watch as we watch Baumgartner muscle his way in and finish at the basket.
You know where both Baumgartner's buckets have been?
In the lane.
Underneath.
Yes.
Not even in the lane, underneath.
Well, we talked about, obviously reflecting on yesterday's game, over 50 points given up by the Dragons inside that paint. Definitely something the Dragons will have to be mindful of. They want to beat these Huskies.
Bagley, 7 on the shot clock. He shoots that from deep, and that doesn't go. And Jacob Benninga snatches the rebound. Here comes Baumgartner. McGee matched up against Bagley. Benninga.
Oh, nice pass.
And a foul.
Excellent court vision there by Jacob Benninga, dropping it off to Zimmer, and Zimmer gets fouled.
Foul gets whistled against Tony Dahl of St. Cloud State. We have immediate timeout with 14-12 remaining in the first half. It's St. Cloud State 12 and the Dragons 9.
The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you.
Contact local agent Dave Eggers for your personal price plan today.
See, Jared, now we talk about large games. They're all big. Let's not blow the word big game out of proportion. We don't do that here. But you can see what the Dragons did last night. They missed. They slipped. They're now chasing. This is the first time this year they're chasing, right? Northern State won last night. They are 14-3. The Dragons are 13-4. We will watch the scoreboard as Northern and Duluth play tonight. Again, you finish in the 1 or 2 spot in the North or in the South, you get a bye. Dragons got a bye last season. Standings presented by Richards. Dragons got a bye last season. It's the last thing I saw Chad Walthall say to me as Dragon head coach. We got the bye.
Okay.
And then they went on and won a championship. They only had to win 3 games instead of 4. Chad just entered the building, too. 12-9. Dane Zimmer at the free throw line, shooting 2.
We talked about Dane Zimmer being our player to watch. 14 points, 11 boards. Last time he saw these Huskies.
He'll make one of 2. 12-10. Huskies up. Mutimer up top. Bagley. Gabe Myron. In for the Dragons. 6'3" sophomore, Blaine, Minnesota. Uh-oh.
Great job there by Benninger getting in that passing lane, causing that steal. Kinsey corrals it. Oh, wow.
Zimmer didn't want the shot.
Kinsey was wide open underneath.
Myron.
Oh, wow. Great hustle there by Jalen Griffin.
And then Myron, the foul. I don't know how he did that. That's on the other side of the floor. There's Griffin. He looked like, I don't know.
He dove for it like it was a fumble in football.
But stayed in bounds.
Stayed in bounds. That was impressive.
Another Dragon turnover. And another foul.
So far, St. Cloud State doing an excellent job reading the screens and curling, leading to easy layups in this 2-point lead.
Austin Jensen sits down. Luke Taylor back in. Bagley will inbound. Taylor out of Germantown, Wisconsin. He played at Bryant and Stratton in Wauwatosa, Wisconsin. Not Briggs and Stratton. He didn't play around with power tools. Mutimer all the way in, scores and gets fouled.
Mutimer has been impressive getting to the basket. He draws that foul, an opportunity to get 3 points at the line. Finishing with that off left hand.
Replays presented by Midco. That was Benninger's second foul. He sits down, so does Dane Zimmer. Jaden Stanley Williams. Lorenzo McGee back in. So this is the Aussie Mutimer. 15-10, St. Cloud State on top, 13-10 left here in the first half. Women to follow. Jalen Griffin, the fast hands. Myron all the way in.
Determined to get a bucket in that possession. Gabe Myron finishing at the rim.
How about that drive? Bagley.
Bagley not to be outdone. Our player to watch.
Yeah,
for the
I just
Huskies.
watched them. So did Tim Bergstrasser go all the way in and score pretty easily. And Gabe Myron just got hit in the face. McGee up top. And a foul.
I think they were trying to get the ball inside to Gabe Myron, like the matchup against Mutimer.
Yeah, it was a good block by Taylor, but Jalen Griffin got him on the elbow. So there's a good look at Lorenzo McGee. Get a good look at him because you're not going to see much more of him here at home. It might just be today and 2 weeks from today. If the Dragons fall into that 3 or 4 spot, it used to be top 4 got a home playoff game. Dragon men would get that. They finish 3 or 4, they get home playoffs. That's how it works. 1 or 2, they get a bye. Automatic ticket to Sioux Falls. One more free throw for McGee. All 3 of his points have come from the free throw line. It's 17-13. Here's Mutimer and Matthew Willard.
Oh, great help side defense. Jaden. Hey! Look at Baumgartner throw it down. We're accustomed to seeing the Dragons create offense with their defense just like that last possession.
I mentioned his first 2 buckets were underneath the hoop. That one was from over the hoop. Mutimer. No. Hey, you know what? This crowd's into this too. Yes. Remember, it was 17-17 last night, and then the Dragons got thumped. Myron picks up his dribble. Trying to go inside to Baumgartner, who comes out to rescue him. Stanley Williams.
Nice job. Baumgartner trusting that Jaden Stanley Williams would catch that ball, and he did and finished under the basket.
17-17 again. See what happens.
Yes. Definitely was a pivotal moment last night.
Well, I think that's when the second gear was hit by Duluth.
Yes, those Bulldogs turned it on.
Are they going to call this offensively or defensive?
Got the block.
Well, they got Kinsey.
Yeah, Kinsey on the block there.
All right.
Luke Taylor has shown he can knock down that mid-range 15-footer, but wanted to bang inside. Thought he had the size advantage on Logan Kinsey.
Renta and Dahl will come back in. Dahl. Ball goes out.
Yeah, Gavin was not expecting an air ball.
A lot of noise coming from the football team, who's sitting in the south stands. They are giving Mr. Dahl the business for shooting an air ball. Don't shoot air balls in front of the football team. He's on the other side of the floor. This is Andre Renta. He picked up 2 early fouls. He's back in. He's out of Hudson, Wisconsin.
Oh, great job there by Gabe Myron, anticipating that pass. Dragons come away with the steal.
A bump. It's on Tony Dahl. His second foul. Each team has 16 fouls. So we'll do inbounding, and then we'll do the one-on-one thing. Aguilar in, Tony Dahl out. He'll be serenaded. He'll be serenaded by our fall friends in the south end zone. Nice crowd, energy, band, football team. What else you want, Jared? You should be happy.
I am happy.
McGee.
That would make Coach Tim Bergstreis happy. They got the lead here.
It's their first lead since 6-4 last night. Renta on the second chance.
Great job there by the Huskies, not giving up on that play. My question to you, do you miss handing the football team brochures on the other team? Since we've moved stations and you watch Gabe Myron come away with the and one. Talk about second effort. Just saw the Huskies get one. Gabe Myron just ripped down the rebound between 2 Huskies, muscles up. An opportunity for a 3-point play at the stripe.
Again, replays presented by Midco. Why would you not want to watch them? They're fantastic. Great job by our entire crew.
Another thing I love right now.
Play-by-play compliments of Jared. Once again, dynamite.
Appreciate the love, partner. I like these jerseys.
You like the black?
Man, what? I love them. Sweet.
We have a timeout, 9:59 left in the first half. Good start here on the men's side. 21-19, the Dragons are on top.
Before I became a real boy, life was easy. I didn't have to do anything. I just sat there doing sandwich stuff. But man, being alive is so hard. So if you don't want to get up out of bed to get a sandwich, you shouldn't have to. The sheer effort it takes just for basic life functions like breathing has earned you the right to have someone bring that sandwich to you. Your struggle is not lost on us. Have a sandwich, you hero.
To guard, one of the top scorers in the NSIC and maybe in NSIC history. Misses 1 of 2, does Jordan Jansen. He has 9 points, and it's a 1-point lead for Wayne State. Here's Luke Martins on the baseline. Martins underneath for the basket. And that is 6 for Luke Martins. as the Warriors will get the lead. 7 lead changes in this game so far, and still 6:43 left to play in the first half. Moore to Jansen. 15 on the shot clock. Back to Moore for 3. And Nate Moore knocks down his second 3 of the game. It is the 5th three-pointer made by Wayne State. And they grab a 2-point lead.
Live look in down in Winona, Wayne and Winona. That's where Quincy Henderson used to do his magic. Inbound for the Dragons, Gabe Myron.
Look at the muscle by Gabe Myron. We saw Katona do this to the Dragons last night. Dragons coming in, going inside to their stronger, bigger guards. And again, just a little more scrappy so far.
Lorenzo in second gear.
Oh, great anticipation there.
Aguilar
gets fouled in transition.
There's Quincy Henderson in his first year at St. Cloud State. Averaged 9 points and 5 rebounds, was a defensive monster. Just that lockdown guy for a team that could have won 3 national championships. They were up 9 in the 2007 national championship game and lost. They won it in 06 and 08. He played professional basketball in Australia. Down there, what's different from down there than up here in our professional basketball is they call traveling and double dribbling down there in the pro league.
You tune in, Australia professional basketball.
Just to watch Quincy Henderson. He was at Illinois Wesleyan and West Texas A&M. 23-20, Dragons on top. Here's Jaden Stanley Williams having a quiet weekend offensively, and he gets rejected by Matthew Willard.
Great defense there by Willard.
And another turnover. Hey, if I could take a free shot at the NBA, I'm in.
I noticed.
Thank you.
No days off.
Thank you.
What happened to, what do you call it?
Thank you. 9 minutes left, first half.
Live at work up.
Hey, we're got this working again. Alex and the folks, Steve. We had Lauren and Becca in last night. They can wave if they want. They're on camera. A little in the distance, of course. Alex is taking the majority of the camera time. Wonder how that works out. But those are the folks that make this webcast look so great.
Absolutely. Do a phenomenal job.
Thank you very much. I think that's a great feature as well, just to let folks know it's not just us.
Right.
It's a lot of
and students.
A lot of folks.
And students. Students are very much involved in the production. So
Two's
interesting.
Contact the go team.
One's up.
McGee makes it 25-20, and now he'll sit.
4's on.
Load management. That's what the words I was looking for. You were all about load management.
Well, I showed up today. 8:51 left. First half, 25-20.
Oh, great anticipation there. Again, the Dragons are just more active. Deflections.
2's on.
That was Trevor Kaiser. He just came in, 6'2 senior, Dassel, Minnesota.
3's on.
He was at Mary, came to MSUM, saw the landscape, won a conference championship last year, looking for more this year. There he is playing defense. Matthew Willard had to get rid of it. This is Luke Taylor. No, Baumgartner. You want to talk about leadership, just the way Gavin's playing. We saw Gavin get toasted a couple times last night. Tonight, fully engaged. Got a couple buckets underneath, got the dunk. Now Jaden Stanley Williams hits a 3, and the Dragons seem to be in their mojo so far. And a foul. They got Jaden, that's his second. That's the 8th team foul. Andre Renta and Jalen Griffin will come back in. This Jalen Griffin, hey, if you're thinking about doing something on the up and up, on the wrong, like those spy balloons that have been located over Montana and Central America, Jalen Griffin's going to find them. This guy's a cybersecurity major at St. Cloud State. He'll find them, and then we'll have to ask him what he's going to do with them.
We also have cybersecurity here at MSUM.
I don't know.
Yeah, we do.
Do we really?
One of our newer programs.
I like it. Those folks from China, they're up to something.
Wow.
28-22. Kaiser from deep. No, Baumgartner over the top, gets whistled for the loose ball foul. This will put the Huskies back on the free throw line for free throws. This will be Ryan Bagley. This guy wants to be a phys ed teacher, cybersecurity, physical education.
Absolutely.
Everybody does what their passion is.
MSUM, as you know, founded as an educational school.
MSUM Dining, they also have Sodexo Dining. They deliver to business meetings, weddings, and other events. They'll work with you to create a menu that fits your taste, budget, and style. Visit MSUM Catering website to create your menu today. Bagley makes the front end of a 1-and-1. It's 28-23, 7:45 remaining here in the first half.
Correction of teachers.
Moorhead Teachers College.
Teachers College, yep.
MTC.
Nice job there by the Huskies. Giving up any points inside.
Game of volleyball erupts. Gavin Baumgartner has it, and the Dragons have a fresh 20.
Yep.
Kaiser splits a double team.
Oh, nice find. Dragons stay with it. Jake Stanley Williams puts it in the basket.
Remember we said he had a tough night or a quiet night last night. He already has 7. He was in there looking for a rebound. This is Luke Taylor from deep. Nope. Stanley Williams in there crashing among the trees.
Yeah, you said 7. 7 offensive rebounds also for the Dragons this first half.
Benninga. No. Here comes Renta. Renta tries to capture baseline. Jacob Benninga cuts it off. Bagley up top. Luke Taylor on the post and a foul.
Tell you what, Luke Taylor loves to bang inside. I saw some finesse on those baseline jumpers, but these last couple possessions, he's been going right in the chest of the Dragons and drawing fouls.
These two guys aren't afraid to get physical, are they? I was thinking, they got the football team here. Maybe they should have brought their helmet and shoulder pads. It is physical. When we say physical, people automatically turn, well, is it dirty? The answer is no. It's dude's balling.
Right. Good teams, good players adjust is something I've always said when it comes to physical basketball. Either you're going to adjust and adjust to the officiating,
or you're going to get beat.
Or you're going to beat. Absolutely.
Taylor's 4 for 4 from the free throw line. It's 30-25. Austin Jensen from St. Michael Albertville. You know where he played ball before St. Cloud State? Well, Redlands Community College, and he played for those Cougars. 30-25. Thought you'd like that.
I really did.
Okay. Stanley Williams, no. Rebound, Jensen.
Your Cougar impression is second to none.
Redlands Community College in Oklahoma. There he is. He just walked. Yep, they called it. He slipped and then walked. Dane Zimmer comes back in for the Dragons. Who's going to sit? It's going to be Jaden. Good run by Jaden Stanley Williams. Eddie Benninga comes in. I was wondering why the fellas down in the south end got excited. Eddie Benninga, the 6-foot redshirt freshman out of Maple Grove, on the floor with his brother. So he's getting a couple more meaningful minutes lately as his brother Jacob just misses a running one-hander. Here come the Huskies. Willard watches some traffic fly by him. Spinorama by Renta. Pretty move, did not get it. Dane Zimmer grabs the rebound. Zimmer is first in the league in offensive rebounds and 6th in defensive rebounds, and that's one of the reasons why he's 4th.
Nice job by the Dragons so far, not forcing the issue, running some offenses. They got the matchup they like inside. Great ball movement.
Oh, Benninga to Benninga. Didn't work. First time we got that opportunity, though.
Yes.
Jacob let Eddie down. Come on, big bro. Hit the shot.
I see Johnny over in the on the far
He's got a
side.
huge
Huge
smile on his
smile,
face,
yes.
yeah. You gotta be proud, too.
Absolutely.
Come on, man. Willard backing in, shoveling and scoring.
Sweet move there by Willard with the left hand and the kiss off the glass. Chipping away at
Underneath
this
the right
lead.
armpit of Eddie Benninga.
Yes.
30-27, St. Cloud State hanging here with 4:22 left first half. Benninga to Benninga.
And there it is.
There it is.
Nice rhythm shot there for Jacob Benninga.
And he gives him an attaboy. 4:11 remaining in the first half. Dragons, featuring the Benningas, up by a half dozen. Matt Bus is a convenient, cost-effective way to get around town. For more information and to stay up to date on all future service changes, visit mattbus.com and follow Matt Bus on Facebook and Twitter. Steve DeStatio and Jared Bledsoe back with you from Alex Nemzik Hall in Moorhead. Tell me what the Dragons are doing here in the first 15 minutes and 49 some odd seconds that they didn't do at this juncture last night against Duluth.
I mean, obviously sharing the ball. Like the assists, 6 assists so far this half. Much more active, I would say, on both ends. You know, we talked about the offensive rebounds, 7 early offensive rebounds. Defensively got deflections. Obviously, that doesn't show up in the scores box, but from a coaching standpoint, you want to see your team active, get in the passing lanes, wreaking havoc on the defensive end.
Dragons third in the league in scoring coming into today, just a smidge under 80 a game. There's Tony Dahl, defended by Baumgartner, Mutimer, and Tony Dahl. Mutimer runs into Jacob Benninga and he gets the offensive foul. You could see that from a mile away. He lowered his shoulder and tried to knock Benninga in the next week.
Aggressive move there. It's the right call. I agree with you.
Well, I mean, it was in the rule book, and I was looking at it last night before bed, and it says if you try to knock a guy in the next week, you're going to get whistled for an offensive foul. So it was done correctly.
Tough finish inside by Lorenzo McGee. .7 points for him.
Udemer in front of the Dragon bench. Oh, good find. Luke Taylor was wide open underneath because Dane Zimmer came over to double team, and they found him. 35-29. We're approaching 3 minutes to play before halftime.
Check that, 9 points for Lorenzo McGee. It's a miscue for the Dragons. Only their 3rd turnover on the afternoon.
Ryan Bagley comes back in for St. Cloud State. These Huskies, their only 4 wins in the league so far have come against Concordia, Winona, Bemidji, and Minnesota Crookston. They've lost 6 straight. Willard.
Dragons guarding that 3-point line.
And a foul on Eddie. So Quincy Henderson, and facing former St. Cloud State player Tim Bergstrasser. Bergstrasser didn't have the career maybe that he wanted because he just battled injuries throughout his career. Yeah. I remember him in college. He was just tough.
Yes.
That's why he wants toughness, because he was tough.
Yeah, one of those guys not afraid to get in there and rebound, dive on the floor, just
throw a bow.
Throw a bow, yeah. Very active.
Hey, somebody might get bruised up. That's the way it is. Lorenzo, and a foul. Chris Koopman is making this call. It's on Luke Taylor.
The active play continues. You see Jaden Stanley Williams get inside. Able to draw the foul there. Opportunity to get some points here at the line. You mentioned very quiet evening for him yesterday.
Jaden, how about no points?
Yeah.
Quiet.
Yeah.
Not a peep. A little different today. He has 9.
9 points, 3 boards, 1 dime, 2 steals so far in the first half.
Okay. And he's not a guy I think of when you think about this Dragon leadership. I think of Lorenzo or Gavin, right? But Jaden Stanley's obviously come playing hard.
Yeah, a huge piece to their
done.
success.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. Not suggesting that at all. Just saying I don't think of him when I think of leadership, but you know what? Maybe I should think twice. Luke Taylor scores again. He has 12. What I like about Jaden, one of the nicest guys you're going to meet as well. This is Gavin Baumgartner. No.
Also, Jay.
Speaking of Jaden.
Fingertips.
Great job there deflecting that ball off of the Huskies, keeping the basketball in the possession of the Dragons.
There's Quincy Henderson. Dragons beat them on December 31st. Stanley Williams from deep. No. Perfect carom to Gabe Myron. And then a steal. Ryan Bagley. Got just enough. Now dribbles through some heavy rush hour traffic. Taylor, too strong. Stanley Williams the rebound. 1:23 left first half.
Go!
Lorenzo McGee. Here's Jacob Benninga. He'll fire. Nope. Rebound to Willard. We're under a minute. 37-33. The Dragons are up by 4. That 3 won't go. Jacob Benninga, another rebound. Stanley Williams.
ISO action here. Miscue.
They chuck it away to Ray Kavalog, who has his 2 late sons' names painted on the court.
Nice job there by the Huskies, not allowing a one-on-one play on the block for McGee, bringing the double team.
Huskies can't play, well, they can play, we don't know if it's going to be the final shot, but they can whittle this thing all the way down to 2 or 3 seconds. Myron will defend Bagley. They call it. Myron gets whistled for the foul. Myron whistled for his 3rd foul. And Ryan Bagley is going to head to the free throw line for 3. First free throw is no good. That did not look like an 80% free throw shooter. This is number 2. Baumgartner in, Myron out. Still 4.6 seconds. The Dragons will have time if they can grab a rebound or get a clean inbound. No. Bagley only makes 1 of 3. Lorenzo, good if it goes. No. He'll miss, but the Dragons still go into the halftime locker room up 37-34. Coach, last night at this time, obviously you were down by 19, you're up by 3. Where is the toughness level of your team here so far?
Toughness, but now we got to use this in between the ears. Just making boneheaded plays. I mean, just prime example is right there how we ended the half. We got guys with 2 fouls, and then he jumps on a 3-point shooter with 1 second on the shot clock. It's just we're not using our heads.
Other than using your heads, what else do you have to do to take this thing home in the second half?
You got to stop fouling, whether they're fouls or not. We got to be smart and stop using our hands, and we need to start finishing at the rim. We're trying to force out some bad shots.
Thanks for your time. Appreciate it. Dragon head coach Tim Bergstrasser joining us. Some words of wisdom of how to beat his alma mater. Halftime here in Moorhead, 37-34. The Dragon men lead it, and you're watching live coverage of MSU Moorhead Dragon men's basketball on the Dragons Digital Network.
Coach Lockway, are you fired up for signing day?
I am fired up for signing day. It's always an exciting day. It's recruiting's a long process. It's a 13-month ordeal. We're 1 month in already to the junior process for next year. So it's nice to get to this day. There's always kind of nerves on, let's make sure nothing goes crazy, nothing changes. It's all good. And honestly, some of these guys have been committed since September, since August, that you can't talk about. And so you're just kind of sitting here going, all right, finally. You know, it's bad enough to wait for Christmas, and that's like about a month. This sometimes like 3 months you're waiting to be able to talk about this. And so we're here today. I'm fired up.
Putting it up there with Christmas, that's pretty high praise.
Yeah.
It is a long process. What does it take to get to a signing day? I mean, you mentioned it's a lot of work and time and things put into it. What did it take to get to this day?
Oh, it's I don't know how much time we got. It's a long process. And really it's credit to our assistant coaches. They do a phenomenal job. Coach Needham, our recruiting coordinator, has a plan that's laid out, and to be successful, you have to do the work. I think it's very much like farming. Like, you don't just get to harvest a great crop. You're like, okay, well, I got to prepare the soil, I got to plant the soil, I got to nurture it, I got to build it. It's the same thing in recruiting. And so it starts with, in the last month, we've watched probably 3,000 juniors, and it's trying to figure out, okay, well, then which ones actually are fits here, athletically. And then it's, okay, which ones are fits culturally, which ones then are actually interested in us, and then building the relationship. And so this huge kind of funnel narrows itself down over the course of 13 months. And so it's a lot of work. It's a lot of conversations, whether that's texting, phone conversations. In these worlds, it's Zoom, it's FaceTime, of doing those things and building relationships so that a young man does feel comfortable coming here and understanding that, this isn't his home, but it's going to be his home away from home for the next 4 to 5 years. And then hopefully he walks out of here and feels like for the next 40 years or more, this is home. There's a piece that is home that he can always come back to. There's nostalgia here. There's memories here. There's friends that he took from here, experiences both on the field, off the field, and be able to do that. We have to have guys come here and experience it. And so a lot of these recruits, they did their due diligence. They were here 2, 3, 4 times on our campus, making trips as a family, spending time with our players, with our coaches, watching all the people that interact with our program. It's not even in the athletic department. It's the relationship and admissions with someone that gave them the tour, when they go to the dining center and seeing the people there and interact. And so all of those things are what make family. All those things create a feel that this is a community that they want to be a part of. And so it is a group effort. It's not just me with a great sales pitch. It's us as a program. It's us as a campus. It's us as a community that really are selling themselves to these young men to have this be part of their journey, part of their story for the next however many years of their life. And so it's fun when you finally get guys that want to be a part of that. And now, like today, we get to talk about them.
Today is a different day. We do get to talk about these individuals, but as you said, it's a funnel, and there's a family, and there's a lot of individuals you start with to become part of that culture, part of the Dragon football family. How do you get down to what you need as far as a football program? You look at your roster, you look at the senior graduates, you look at all the needs that you want to increase depth in or skills in or whatever. How do you get to how many we're going to announce and get excited about today? How do you get to that number, and what are you kind of looking for, especially with this specific class?
Yeah, for sure. There's a piece that obviously there's a budget, so to say, like everyone's got a family budget. There's a salary cap board is what we call it, but there's positions. Like we're not going to have 250 people here. Like we have 110 spots. That's what we have. Those are what we're recruiting to. And so it is a little bit fluid of, well, who do we have on our team? Who do we don't have on our team? Well, this year we need 3 linebackers. Well, last year we only needed 1. Well, sometimes there is a little bit of dynamic of, well, I wish I was a year earlier at that position when there was more of a need or whatever. And so we're trying to balance those, but we're also trying to be forward thinking in the sense of, well, this is maybe what they are now, but what could they be? What could they become? Where could they maybe play differently? And so one of the things we do at our camps, we have guys that maybe only play offense in high school. Great. But you know what? We ask them to play defense at our camp too, to see how do they handle a different challenge? How do they handle a position move? Could we recruit them there if it's not going to work out offensively? And so we're trying to create as many opportunities to get the right guys in the door, in the family, and then the spots can work themselves out. So there are some areas that we kind of recruit that we're like, you know what? They're Dragons, they're fits. I don't know exactly where they're going to fit right now, but they're going to make it somewhere. And let's just bet on them and trust them that the path is going to present itself as they go. They're going to play themselves into being on the football field. And so it's kind of a back and forth of being able to think from different angles, recruiting coordinators, perception. We have our defensive line coaches watching our offensive linemen to say, yeah, is this a recruit that we think we'd want? Because, hey, maybe he could play defense. And so we try not to be siloed. We really try and have an open mind and see things from all different perspectives of possibility. And that's kind of how we get to this point. And obviously, we get to this point because they got to pick us. This isn't the NFL. We don't get to draft them. We're like, hey, here's the opportunity. Here's how we see you fitting in. here's who we are. I think one of the things that we try and be really consistent about is everything we talk about in recruiting, every experience that you have in recruiting with us, we want to be the same as when you're going to be here. So we don't want it all this different crazy stuff of, hey, you know what, we're going to treat you one way in recruiting, but hey, when you get here, things are different. It's like, so we're very cognizant from the very beginning. We're here to help you make a great decision, to learn about the program and find what the right fit is. I'm not going to waste an hour of your time playing dress up, putting you into all these uniforms and smoke and mirrors and taking pictures. That isn't not going to help you get to a big boy decision of where's the next place that you need to be for 4 to 5 years. It's going to impact your entire life.
Welcome back to Moorhead. Let's go to the south. Take a look at the scores. Southwest and Concordia, tight in the cities, Wayne and Winona, tight in southeast Minnesota. Minnesota State Mankato thumping Sioux Falls as they start the second half. Augustana all over Upper Iowa. Tom Billiter said, we're good, we'll be good. They're already good. Bemidji State leads at the University of Mary. Minot State, look at that, 46-18 at the half. And Minnesota Duluth with a lead early over Northern State. That is a game to watch. It started at 4 o'clock as they like to do things differently down in Aberdeen. We will have Jared Bledsoe draw up a couple of plays right after we take a look at our upcoming schedule presented by Bell Bank. Now it's starting to get really thin. Dragons on the road for 3 of their final 4 games. We'll have the finale here on February 18th. Next weekend, they're at Crookston and Bemidji, whereas St. Cloud State will host Minot and Mary. You can watch all those games on the NSIC network. Jared Bledsoe will draw up a couple plays on Draw It Up with Roland. Right after this, you're watching live coverage of MSU Moorhead Dragon men's basketball on the Dragons Digital Network.
It's so much more than just a place to live. Bridges Apartments, located next to NDSU, offers all-inclusive leasing. Units are fully furnished with modern kitchens and include all utilities with internet and TV. Bridges provides a community that supports students with many conveniences like a state-of-the-art fitness center, controlled access keyless entry, gaming area, cyber cafe, and more. Call now and get up to $4,000 in lease incentives. Bridges Apartments, this is living.
All right, it's time to learn something. Jared will draw it up with Roland. Go.
Yes, we want to take a look here at how the Huskies have gotten some of their buckets. We talk about great spacing. We're going to get some swinging action, a little backdoor screen, double screen, and a little backdoor action as we get it rolling here. So you see the screening action away from the ball, a little backdoor cut. You watch Dominic Aguilar with the easy finish under the basket with the reverse. And then the Dragons, not to be outdone, we talk about a duo. Look forward to seeing more of Jacob knocking down the 3. Got the Dragons here again. We talk about good spacing, good screening action. All right, so we get it rolling. A little down screen action. Eddie setting up Jacob Benninger for a 3-point play. I love to see the Dragons knock down lone balls.
Eddie was more excited about that 3 than Jacob.
I bet he was.
That's my dime, baby. That's my dime, Dad. Draw it up with Roland. Thank you, Jared. 37-34. Dragons lead it. We're back with more right after this. You're watching live coverage. Dragon Hoops here on the Dragons Digital Network.
We've all been there. People are counting on you and something goes wrong. Whether you're in a meeting, celebrating, or any group setting, food should be the least of your worries. At MSUM Catering Services by Sodexo, we start fresh with the best ingredients, and our culinary artists work together to create your favorite dishes. You can rest easy when we deliver the best experience right when you need it. Relax and contact the professionals at MSUM Catering Services by Sodexo today.
raise the bar on bar food with sandwiches, tenders, and there's more where this came from. To the greatest of all times, Buffalo Wild Wings.
He didn't play around with power tools. Mutimer all the way in. Scores and gets fouled.
At the rim.
How about that drive? Bagley, band, football team. What else you want, Jared? You should be happy.
I am happy.
McGee.
That would make since we've moved stations, we watch Gabe Myron come away with the and one.
He just splits a double team.
Nice find. I can stay with it. Jake Stanley Williams.
Mutimer in front of the Dragon band. Oh, good find. Luke Taylor was wide open underneath, but Dane Zimmer came over. Some stats presented by Papa John. St. Cloud State shooting 50%. The Huskies so far 0 for 6 from behind the arc. The Dragons aren't lighting it up from downtown either. I mentioned that stat last night where the 8 losing teams shot 24-25% last night. The Dragons are winning the boards, and maybe that's one reason why they do have the lead. Turnovers almost equal. Game summary presented by Papa John's. Steve DeStatio and Jared Bledsoe returning you to the booth. Once again, Jared wearing the t-shirt representing the 50th anniversary of Title IX. And we here at MSU Moorhead are showing that off as well. So thank you for sporting the shirt.
Absolutely.
Tough question. You were there, so I'm asking you in February, right, before you guys made that magical run in the NSIC tournament. The Dragons, this is according to their head coach, not tough last night, making their words, not mine, silly mistakes tonight. This is a veteran team. You don't expect this stuff late in the season. Do you potentially have an explanation for it?
I mean, you got to clean it up. Whether you, as from a player standpoint, that's where mental toughness comes in. The leadership you talked about, where is it going to come from? The leadership has to step up and say, hey, guys, we got to pull it together. We got to exceed the energy and effort of the other team. And obviously do what we do well, whether it's knockdown threes. Bring what you bring to the team, whether it's rebounding, whether it's energy, whether it's defensive toughness. Those are the things that are the mixing of the pedigree of a championship caliber team.
So if I'm asking for the tough answer again, from what I heard was just some mental lapsing.
Mental, emotional toughness is something that I'm sure that was talked about or has been talked about this weekend. We talked about, Tim pointed out the toughness. The Dragons go right back inside to Lorenzo McGee for a tough finish.
Once again, I'm representing the people. They want answers. You're the guy that can provide them because you played. I can speculate, and just like you, but you can give a better speculation because you were there. You played in this grind in the same format, right? Dane Zimmer down low. The Dragons have a couple of high percentage shots, and now Quincy Henderson's going to take a timeout. The Dragons are happy right now. You were in these Friday, Saturday grinds as we've got a whistle, and I don't know if there was something said. Let's hang on here for just a moment. They're just making sure that everybody got separated. You know what? We'll table this until after the break.
This is Jack. Jack has a debit card from Gate City Bank. However, it looks like a little night ninja took off with his card, as they sometimes do. But lucky for Jack, he can freeze his missing debit card with the tap of his mobile app. And even if his card is stolen or lost for good, he can go to any Gate City Bank location to get a new card issued instantly. Gate City Bank, for a better way of life.
Again, these games sponsored by the Microtel Inn and Suites. They make it easier to get you settled in so you can do more in the FM area. Sign up today for a better stay with Microtel. Just going back to our conversation, you played in the Friday, Saturday. It's not easy. We look at the Summit League, like North Dakota State across the river. They play Thursday, Saturday. It's not as taxing, not as grinding. This veteran Dragon team, we thought they had the mental toughness you know, they're going to lose, That's one thing. But the way that they got dismantled last night and with the silly mistakes that Tim Bergstrasser meant, it's just seeing if you knew a reason why.
It could be a variety of reasons, but obviously from a leadership standpoint, I mean, like you said, this is a veteran team.
Yep.
So somebody has to step up and be a verbal leader, and someone also has to be about that action, if you will, to make sure the Dragons don't drop two games this weekend.
Renta. Taylor. Renta. No.
Great interior defense there by the Dragons. Zimmer coming away with that defensive rebound.
All 6 of their points have been from point-blank range.
Good job by the Dragons getting the ball inside. Lorenzo McGee continues to show up and show out in the paint.
All of a sudden, it's a 9-point game. Renta, no. And a foul.
They may have got Jacob Benninger for that foul.
Yeah. Looked like Renta knocked him in the next week again. I thought that.
I thought you read about that.
I did.
Rule.
Well,
must have been an asterisk or some fine print. You missed there, partner.
Missed it. Dahl. Around a screen, picked up by Zimmer. Here's Bagley driving. Underneath, Taylor, foul. Here comes Keswick Joyner. Fouls on Dane Zimmer, his first. There's a good look at Luke Taylor. He's out of Germantown, Wisconsin. First free throw is no good. Taylor is 67% free throw shooter.
Misses both.
A couple doinks off the front of the rim. Back come the Dragons. 6-0 start here in the second half. Jacob Benninger, foul. They got Renta. Renta's just playing out of control. He's knocked over Benninger a couple times. Continues to bang away. He now has 3 fouls. It's amazing he likes fishing and golf. Come on, fish. And a foul. That's Jalen Griffin's 4th. Mutimer will come in. Jalen Griffin will sit. Zimmer up top. Everybody's touched the ball except for Lorenzo McGee, and now Jacob Benninger just threw up an air ball. Jacob just doesn't feel or look comfortable this weekend. Mutimer. Bagley. Got it.
Big shot there for Bagley, knocking down the 3, chipping away at this lead. You look up, only a 6-point lead for the Dragons.
Stanley Wood, oh, that was from deep. If there was a 4-point line, he was behind it. Back up to a 9-point game, 46-37 with 17:10 left to go. Jacob Benninger's 2 for 9 from deep tonight. He was 2 for 9 yesterday. Taylor, no. Fouled by Baumgartner. Gavin bit and got hit for his 3rd personal foul. And is this Taylor going back to the line? It is. Ah, halftime. That's why you pushed me out of the way. You were going out and getting your photograph taken with everybody else who played basketball here. A little alumni get-together at half court.
Pretty cool.
Pretty cool. Yeah, pretty cool moment.
Saw some players I hadn't seen in a long time. Saw Jake Cruzy last night. Came over and said, "What's up?"
Jake Cruzy, Jordan Reaver, Matt Nelson, Xavier Reed, the ex, 6'5" guy, played like he was 6'9", or tried to. Just a guy, he was tough. I don't know how much you knew about Xavier Reed. He's here with his kids today. Right now he's talking to Jake Driscoll, straight across from us, who played for the Dragons. But Xavier Reed, I had always heard he was the best locker room guy you could ever have. Just a guy that's leadership.
Yeah, I heard
when
great
all
things.
Your, when all your teammates say the same thing.
Yeah.
Tanner Crutchman.
Heard great things about Xavier. I only met him, I don't know him.
Okay.
But great job by the coaching staff here and to put the alumni night together.
Myron up top after another offensive rebound. Stanley Williams stealing it.
Another back-to-back threes from Stanley Williams. 15 points on the afternoon. 15 points, 5 boards. You look up, double-digit lead, 10-point lead for the Dragons. Can open it up with another stop here.
Their biggest lead last night was 2. Taylor tiptoes behind the arc. Bagley looping. Taylor scores.
Nice job. Patiently waiting. Luke Taylor finishing inside. 16 points for him.
Logan Kinsey about to check back in for the Dragons. He had 10 and 10 last night. Here's a foul. Is this Mutimer?
Yeah, that man got Mutimer. The Dragons continue to try to use their size advantage going inside to the 6'5" Lorenzo McGee.
Griffin, Aguilar, and Willard all back in for St. Cloud State. Taylor, Mutimer. Sit. Stanley Williams, pretty move.
He's going into his bag this afternoon. 17 points for Jaden Stanley Williams.
Dahl scores. Tony Dahl with his first 2 points.
That might be the 5th foul on Jaden Griffin.
I looked down for just a moment, and I don't know what happened. They're replaying something. I looked
right
down
here.
to I still keep the manual scoring. That's the way it was before we had all this technology stuff. What do you do?
May have pushed. Push in the back here. Right there.
I didn't see it. Sorry, Nick. Oh, I saw that. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Not only is that uncalled for, it's not nice. Just, I don't know, where his head might have gone for just a moment. That would be his 5th foul.
Yeah, I saw that live. Or did they get
Okay.
tangled up or mixed up prior to that?
So, once again, our rules analyst for the Go team is Gene Sterator, but he's not with us, and we're unable to get the connection with him. So we're going to have to figure this out ourselves. So if the this is a flagrant, whether it's if they call anything on him, he's done.
Right. He had 4 fouls, went to the bench, and that would be. That's why I mentioned it'll be his 5th foul. Now, whether it's a technical or flagrant, I'm sure that's what they're deciding on right here.
So they're going to show it again. Watch right after the play, right there in the lane. Yep, there it is right there. So this, yeah, he should be out of here. I'm trying to be fair about this. So our 3 officials, Koopman, Joyner, Studer, should come to a conclusion soon. And now Quincy Henderson's going to get an explanation. Chris Koopman's going to go over and talk to Tim Bergstrasser. These are the uncomfortable moments for us because we don't know exactly what's being said, what's been called. I don't know if our public address announcer, I think this is going to be called a technical foul because the Dragons are going to get 2 free throws and Griffin's going to get chucked. Whether he's getting chucked for the flagrant or he's getting just eliminated for the for his 5th foul, I don't know that. But Lorenzo McGee will head to the free throw line all by himself for 2. Then the Dragons will get the ball. They had it anyway. I know Tim Bergstrasser mentioned his team was committing silly plays. They don't get sillier than that. That's just a guy that just lost his composure.
And as you mentioned, Dragons get the two shots and the ball.
That was his 4th foul. I don't think he's been thrown out of the game. Myron, air ball. Here comes Tony Dahl. Bagley. Dahl got introduced by Logan Kinsey. Here's Mutimer.
Oh, great defense there.
That's a jump ball.
Yeah, Jacob Benninger. Great perimeter defense causing that jump ball.
And a timeout. Let's sort this out. 14:52 left to go. Dragons up by 9.
One new place for 2 people. Plus 2 distinct styles. Plus 2 of everything. Plus 1 budget divided by 2. Life math is complicated. Financial experts make it easier. Affinity Plus.
We raise the bar on bar food with sandwiches, tenders, and there's more where this came from. To the greatest of all times, Buffalo Wild Wings.
All right, some fan cam. I see a Baumgartner. That's Karen. I see a couple dragging along. There's Todd Baumgartner. All right, see that? They're rocking the black. You like these black unis?
I do. We had black unis back in the day.
There we go.
Yeah.
Johnny Benninga, Natalie Steichen, Bryce Ersfeld from left to right. Quiet Wyatt Hansen. Britt Bussman, Tanner Crutchman, and some guys that play tackle football. I like it. The Bridges NDSU edition sponsors our fan cam. 52-43. Matthew Willard in the lane. Pretty shot.
Nice finish there by Willard with a little jump hook.
Willard looks like he has a wingspan of a 767. Here's Jaden Stanley Williams. Leaving it for McGee.
A little ISO. Huskies bring the double team.
McGee couldn't finish. Here comes Bagley. He could not manipulate past Jaden Stanley Williams.
Nice backdoor read there by Willard. All with the fine.
52-47. St. Cloud State carves us down to a 5-point game. 14 minutes left to go. Baumgartner. Oh, and the ball gets stolen by Tony Dahl. Thievery. See, stealing's legal.
6 turnover for the Dragons.
Baumgartner sticks with Dahl. This is Mutimer. He fell down and had the bunny hop.
Yeah, great help side defense there. When we talk about toughness, the Dragons able to get a stop in that possession.
Dragon women on deck. Scheduled 5:30 tip-off. Dragon women, like the men, looking for a weekend split. Number 1 and 2 teams in the NSIC North on the women's side visiting Moorhead this weekend. Duluth last night. Dragons will keep it. St. Cloud State in town tonight. Jaden Stanley Williams grabs the inbound pass. McGee's got to shoot it. Taylor rescues the rebound. Here come the Huskies. They have hung tough here this afternoon as they go all the way in. Taylor.
Luke.
18 for Luke Taylor.
That was actually Ryan Bagley.
Is that Bagley?
Yeah, going coast to coast. Our player to watch.
Thank you, sir. I was watching the wrong player. Benninga. His first 2 points in the second half. 54-49. 12:30 left to go.
Huskies looking to go back inside. Luke Taylor. He muscles in and finishes.
That was Taylor, right?
Yes.
Okay. That's 1 in a row right for me. 54-51. 3-point game. Benninga looping. Baumgartner distributing. Kinsey can't finish but gets fouled.
Again, you enjoy the unselfish play. Watch Baumgartner with the wraparound pass to Kinsey. Not able to finish, but opportunity to extend this lead at the free throw line.
Logan Kinsey, a 73% free throw shooter, his 23rd and 24th appearance at the line this season. That's Kinsey's first point tonight. Tony Dahl, Andre Brenta back in. One more free throw for the Spring Lake Park, Minnesota native. He'll make 1 of 2. 55-50, a dozen minutes left to go on the men's side. Dahl sneaks away from Kinsey and scores.
Creative finish with the right hand on the left-hand side of the basket. 2-point ball game. Big possession here.
10 a minute ago. Dane Zimmer from deep.
Wow, our player to watch. Answering the bell with the 3 out of the corner, Dane Zimmer.
This is Bagley.
And our player to watch for the Huskies with the answer from the top of the key.
You're watching a lot of players, aren't you?
Yes.
58-56, 11-11 left.
Keep a hand, Luke.
Baumgartner.
Oh, the behind the back pass. A little interior passing here for the Dragons. And Kinsey gets to roll.
Logan Kinsey's first bucket, 60-56. The Dragons used a shuffle pass, a behind the back pass, and they fit into some tight windows. Here's Renta.
Nice job there. McGee almost able to come away with that steal. Renta, the lefty, able to connect.
Should have shot it right-handed. Here comes Baumgartner. Dragons up by 4, 10.5 minutes left to go.
You can just sense this crowd is ready to get excited about something as we watch Kinsey with the offensive rebound. This young man throwing it down.
Will that excite him?
Oh, I hope so. I hope so. If you're a Dragons fan, you got to be excited about Logan Kinsey. Extremely athletic.
Foul.
They got
They get Jacob?
Yeah, they got Jacob Benningo. Fourth foul on him.
Watch this again. See, you learn that at the Next Level Basketball Academy. You miss a 3, go in there and throw it home.
Crash the boards. I appreciate the shout-outs there,
Right?
partner. Yeah, we got AAU tryouts for the Next Level coming up in March.
No, I am not going to try out. I've told you before.
Try out, Steve.
No.
You need a banger inside.
I haven't been cleared yet. Just because I went to the buffet a second or third time doesn't mean I'm a banger.
Banging the buffet. Dragons get it inside, banging. Lorenzo McGee getting another bucket in the lane.
Whistle, and
maybe a delay of game as he touched the ball after he finished.
Yeah, they got to. Just because Lorenzo McGee threw it to a trumpet player. 9:43 left to go. The Dragons all of a sudden up by 8.
Inform has been the leading local news source in the Fargo-Moorhead community for more than 130 years. Our journalists are local and have a unique understanding of the Fargo-Moorhead community because it's their home too. Experience the value of local news with Inform. Read the news that matters to you at inform.com.
Fresh ingredients, hand-sliced cheese, and chef-inspired soups and sandwich recipes that will surprise and delight. Go to herbertandgerberts.com to order online for pickup and delivery. And remember to live life flavorfully. Jared, you are concentrating on those statistics. What do you have?
Man, the Dragons just dominating the offensive glass. 13 offensive rebounds for the Dragons, only 3
13
for the Huskies. Yeah, 13 offensive.
Oof.
So again, you want to talk about being active, being tough. It's one sign of it, being active on that offensive glass.
Where is he going?
St. Cloud State continues to pound it inside to Luke Taylor to draw that foul.
That was Myron's 4th. Myron has 4, Benninga has 4. So this will be Luke Taylor at the free throw line for 2. Boy, he had those 2 low trajectory, not pretty free throws that doinked off the front of the rim. Outside of that, he's 8 for 8. Stanley Williams in, Myron out. 64-58, the Dragons are on top. St. Cloud State trying to get rid of a nasty 6-game losing streak. Get a win against the Dragons this season. The Dragons have beaten St. Cloud State 6 in a row. Remember, the Dragons could never beat St. Cloud State. They went on a stretch that went back to the 80s, and Chad Walthall beat them in 2013. Jaden Stanley Williams misses. Here comes Renta.
And Bagley wisely brings it back out, not forcing the issue.
I thought he'd try a reverse layup, use the rim as a shield. And they got Kinsey. It's his third. St. Cloud State has had some really, really talented teams. They had Gage Davis.
Yes.
They had Scotty Stone. They had Taylor Witt, who played there in the Bergstrasser. Here's Taylor.
Oh, nice find. Setting Tony Dahl up for the easy bucket.
4-point game, 8:40 left to go.
These Huskies just hanging around. Great anticipation there by Tony Dahl. Looking to get a bucket here in transition. Great job. Dragons transition defense.
Stanley Williams and the Dragons will settle. Here's Lorenzo McGee. Back to Jaden.
It's a big lineup the Dragons have inside. Actually out here with assuming McGee or Baumgartner at the point guard position. Nice little fade away there by Gavin Baumgartner in the lane.
He had 3 early buckets, including a 2-hand throwdown. That was his first bucket since 66-60. Crowd getting into it. 7:45 left to go.
Gavin, 8 points, 4 boards, 6 dimes.
Dahl short. Zimmer the rebound. His 4th.
We got experience and energy on the court right now for the Dragons.
Baumgartner again now. Flat-footed rebound by Bagley. Dribbles around Kinsey. Somehow finds Luke Taylor.
A great job there. Dragons getting on the floor, and that's the energy I was talking about. Logan Kinsey and the size.
This is going to be Renta's 4th for undercutting. You're not allowed to undercut. Benega in. Kinsey exit. Mutimer in. So it'll be Baumgartner, Benega, Zimmer, Stanley Williams, and Lorenzo McGee. The 5 starters for the Dragons are on the floor. With 7 minutes left to go right about now. 66-60, Dragons on top.
Dragons continue to go inside of an ISO for Zoe. I have to start calling him ISO Zoe as he steps back. Not able to connect. Look at Stanley Williams crash the offensive glass, and look at him flex and get a high five from the crowd. I want to talk about great anticipation and active, being tough, not giving up on the play. Didn't bring that down. If you're a young player, athleticism there from Jaden Stanley Williams.
Replays presented by Midco.
20 points, 7 boards, 1 dime, and 2 steals for Jaden on the afternoon.
That 20 points matches his career high, 69-60. Those are 2 of the prettier points you're going to see too, and athletic as well. Zimmer got a hand on that. Taylor has it. Little ISO gets rid of it. Mutimer 3, and these guys will not go away. Mutimer with his first 3 points in the second half, and we have a timeout. 6.5 minutes left to go. Dragons up by 6.
It's time to focus on you. healthier you. It's time to get back to better health. Regular visits with a primary care provider at Sanford Health can lead to better overall health and wellness. It's time to get back to regular care. It's time for a healthier you and better health. It's time to see your doctor at Sanford Health.
Brother Nick is a 6'6" freshman. He's redshirting this year. Second one is good by Katona. So he has 5 points in the ball game now, hitting his first free throw in 4 attempts there, and the Wolves leads down to 9, 3 minutes into the second half. 58-49 on the Avera Orthopedic scoreboard, brought up by Maston up top. Guarded there by Brown. To the left elbow, hesitating there against Middleton. Swings it right side to Dilling. Straight away, triple try. Good. Josh into double figures with 11. Wolves on top by a dozen. Largest lead of the game.
There's your update from Aberdeen. Northern State looking to hang on to first place by themselves. They lead Minnesota Duluth 61-49. First couple minutes in the books in the second half in Aberdeen. Stanley Williams, there's a new career high. 22 for Jaden. 6 minutes left to go. It's 71-63. Bagley across midcourt. Renta. They find Taylor. He's going to bang with Lorenzo McGee. This is Renta for three. And he misses everything.
Speaking of Jaden Stanley Williams,
yeah,
awesome article written by Nolan Schmidt. You can find, about his journey and how he ended up here at MSUM. If you're a Dragon fan, you definitely want to check that out as we watch. We're not able to connect at the top of the key.
Like we mentioned, just a good dude.
Yes.
Always, always courteous, has a smile on his face, and now he's D'ing up Tony Dahl.
Another young man is coming to play, Tony Dahl, finishing inside.
8 here in the second half for Tony Dahl, about to flip over the 5-minute mark. Left to go, 71-65. All Benega. The hesitation, Zimmer, the follow through. The Dragons are just killing the Huskies on the offensive glass.
Yes, indeed. 15 offensive boards for the Dragons. 19 second chance points.
Gavin, no!
Taylor forced. Dane Zimmer plucked the rebound. Dane Zimmer just does not get enough credit, and he's always in the top 5 in rebounding. First in offensive rebounds in the league, 6th in defensive rebounds. Baumgartner. You better believe it.
Big shot there for Baumgartner at the top of the key. Extending this lead to 11.
All of a sudden, the Dragons have their largest lead of the game with 4 minutes left to go, and you saw the fist pumps from Gavin.
Great job, the double team by Baumgartner.
Here comes Benega. Maybe they haven't been tough for 40 minutes, Jared. They've certainly been tough as nails these last couple possessions.
Absolutely, getting some pivotal stops. Last couple possessions.
Benega fouled. This will be free throws as well. They got Dominic Aguilar. And we have our final media timeout. 3:33 left to go. We come down the stretch on a Saturday in Moorhead with the Dragons up 11.
Riddle me this, with all this sizzling meat and crunchy veggies nestled between toasty flatbread, who should get credit for Papa John's papadilla? The person who invented pizza or the person who invented folding? Well, whoever it is, a tip of the tongue hat to you, sir or madam. Papa John's papadillas for just $6 each. Better ingredients, better pizza, better than a sandwich. Papa John's.
Oh, great help side defense Jaden. Hey! Look at Baumgartner throw it down.
Trying to keep this as neutral of a broadcast as possible is what Jared and I, Alex, everybody tries to do, right? Talk about Dragons just a little bit. Kinsey to Baumgartner on our assist of the game presented by your good neighbor State Farm agent David Eggers. Did you see Kinsey's face? Kinsey was more excited than Gavin after he got the dime, and earlier you drew it up. Eddie Benninga got the assist to his brother, and he was more happy than the guy who scored. That's the unselfishness. It's just like, we scored, not I.
Right. And that's selfless play.
Right.
And that's what it takes to be champions if you want to continue to extend the season as the Dragons want to do that. Obviously, when you talk to Coach Tim Bergstreiser, that's one of the
remember,
goals.
they're still sniffing now.
Right.
They went from leading to sniffing.
Right.
Or chasing now. Jacob hits the first of two. Richards has been a proud supporter and transporter of the Dragons since 1986. Call 218-233-3404 and book your next trip with Richards. Benninga makes this a 13-point game.
Dragons with 16 assists on the afternoon.
How many turnovers?
Only 7 turnovers. Jump ball. Dragons have the possession arrow. And again, excellent interior defense. You talk about toughness. Gavin Baumgartner causing that jump ball.
You go back to your bullets, back to defense, shake off last night. You know what? It's a couple of them I think they've executed so far today. 78-65. The Dragons have their largest lead as Jacob Benninga goes through a double team. Stanley Williams strong into the hole now. Lost the ball. Here come the Huskies. Willard. And now this is Mutema for three. On target but short. Dahl can't grab it. And now the Dragons, I think, are going to chisel. Benninga playing cat and mouse with Renta, who's playing with 4 fouls.
Nice slip read there. Great pass by Gavin Baumgartner setting up Dane Zimmer for the bucket inside.
80-65, 15-point game with 2.5 minutes left to go. Bagley off the glass, no, off the right nostril of Jacob Benninga, and the Dragons have the ball again with 2:20 left to go. Mutimer got a piece of that. 10 on the shot clock. Another tip. Here's Benninga. No, just hasn't been his weekend shooting it. 4 for 20 this weekend from downtown. Here goes Willard.
Oh, great help side defense there by Dane Zimmer. That's the type of toughness and energy that coach is looking for. Watch here. Willard thought he was all alone, one-on-one. Not so fast, my friend. Dane Zimmer blocking that shot.
Tim Bergstrasser going to his bench. You see him there on the coaches cam presented by BSN Sports. We have cameras for everything around here. All the important people. Tim, players, Alex. Yeah, I mean, you know.
Willard with the 3 out of the corner.
80-68.
Huskies going to a full court press here.
Kinsey fouled with 1.5 minutes left. This is Tony Dahl. And Logan Kinsey to the free throw line to shoot 2. If you're looking for the right fit for college or looking to come back to your alma mater, schedule an in-person tour, transfer visit, online visit, group tour, or more at mnstate.edu/visit. One more free throw for Logan Kinsey. make one of two. It's 81-68.
Great block there by Zoe. Off the head of Brian Bagley. And the football team is enthused. Watch this play. Zoe timing this perfectly. No.
I don't know what he said to the football team, but they liked it. Those guys block for a living. They didn't have as much fun as Zoe just did.
Again, more full court pressure by the Huskies. Dragon handling the pressure. Let's find and finish there. Baumgartner to McGee.
1:10 left. Aguilar lost it. Bagley from the third row. No. Dahl leaves his layup short. Aguilar again. Baumgartner the rebound. Maybe could have called a foul, but I think the Huskies know what's coming, and that's going to be the Dragons getting off the schneid and getting a weekend split. A light applause coming from the fans, as I think they appreciate the effort from the Dragons this afternoon. Renta across midcourt. Benninga has to come across midcourt, and that's going to do it. Quality victory here by the Dragons. This isn't your St. Cloud State team that went to the Final Four 15 years ago. This is still an up-and-coming squad with a bright head coach in Quincy Henderson. There will be better days ahead for them, but the Dragons get another sweep of St. Cloud State. They win this afternoon, 83-68. As the two teams exchange pleasantries after a pretty physical basketball game. All right, how about a play of the game? Oh, a follow by Jaden Stanley Williams. Athleticism, physicality, we like it. We got it from Jaden, and that's our play of the game presented by Herbert and Gerbert's Bold Between the Breads. How about our newsmaker of the game? I'm sensing a theme here, and it starts with the number 0, Jaden Stanley Williams. Getting the putback there. He's got the headphones on now, so he's just going to listen to us talk nice things about him. Stanley Williams finished with a career-high 22 points. He made 8 of 14 shots, 3 of 4 from downtown, 7 rebounds, and he's our newsmaker of the game presented by the Forum of Fargo Moorhead. Call 241-5445 today to get the Forum of Fargo Moorhead delivered tomorrow. Jaden, did we set that up well enough for you?
Yeah, most definitely. I think so. I think you did a great job, Steve.
Hey, thank you. I'm always looking for free compliments, so you abided. So, hey, last night was such a tough night. Just getting thumped pretty much by Minnesota Duluth. What was the mindset by you players after last night coming into today?
Bounce back, really bounce back. We're a really tough team mentally. We know how good we can be. So when we play like that, and, we just don't play to our level, obviously it's going to affect us. But, just with the guys that we got, we're able to bounce back from anything, And, yeah, we had a little hiccup in the road, but that's all it was. It was a hiccup because, everybody on this team wants to be great. Everybody's in the gym making it happen. So, I have full trust in these guys. So even when we're playing bad, I know we're going to be good in the end.
Let me ask you this question. I asked Jared, but he hasn't done this in 20-some-odd years. He's not on your team this year. Yeah. Was it a mental hiccup last night? Was it Minnesota Duluth outplayed you guys. Was it a mental hiccup, and then today you just had to bounce back?
My bad, yeah. No, it was definitely a mental hiccup. I would say it was a mental hiccup. Because, we go so hard all the time, and for us to perform like that, it's uncharacteristic. So, Coach really made an emphasis that we got to come out and be aggressive today. And today was a get-back day, and we most definitely did that. We came out kind of slow, and, we had yesterday's legs on us. But as soon as we were able to get out of that little funk, we were able to get it in on defense, and that's where a lot of our strength is. And, that's where we get a lot of our momentum on defense. So once we got that figured out, I knew we were going to have it handled.
I'm going to step in here, young fella. Got a question for you. Obviously had 22 points, career night for you.
Yeah.
How do you make sure you perform like that consistently?
I'm in the gym all the time. You know, all praise to the Most High that He gave me the ability to do what I can do. And, you know, he lets me come out here and He lets me get in the gym. So I'm going to maximize that to the best of my ability.
Love it. Love it.
Yes,
Hope
sir.
you made Lynette and Larry proud today.
Yeah,
Thank you very much for your time.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Jaden Stanley Williams, our newsmaker of the game, presented by the Forum of Fargo Moorhead. How about a stat of the game? You know what? We're going to turn our attention away from that. The Dragons have now won 7 straight over St. Cloud State, and they won 15 of their last 19 over a Husky team that they just couldn't solve for such a long time. That's your stat of the game presented by Buffalo Wild Wings. Let's take a look at the upcoming schedule for the Dragons. They'll head to Crookston on Friday, Bemidji on Saturday. You can watch those games next weekend on the Dragons digital or the NSIC network. St. Cloud State will go home and host Minot and Mary as we come down the stretch. Our upcoming schedule is presented by Bell Bank. Well, thankfully, we got that answer that we probably talked too much about with the Dragons bouncing back. Look, you're going to lose games.
Absolutely.
They bounced back tonight. Obviously, I'm sure you were impressed in the second half.
Yes, 15 offensive boards. I mean, I was impressed with the energy, the effort, obviously getting back, like you said, off the snide, getting back to the winning ways. That was impressive.
All right, that'll do it for our presentation here on the men's side. We're going to get you set up on the women's side in about, 17 or 18 minutes from now. So we'll turn this webcast off, and then we'll flip it back on with the magic of technology. The Dragon men win 83-68.